Hello? Hey, everybody. Thank you. Deck Hughes Music, thank you. Shout out to my back office girl. Shout out to Mrs. Preston. Thank you, Deck Hughes Music. That's very nice of you. Thank you. Shout out to the room. Shout out to the room. Get in here. I want to love you every day. I want to see you all the time. Shout out to Marissa Tigney. All the time. Every day. Hello. Hi, Sean. I want all of your time. Who's trying to give me all of your time? Shout out to the room. We'll let this ride for a second. You trying to see what my work is about? Shout out to the room. Shout out to the room. Listen, every day is a crazy day. So if I come on here and say, oh, I had a crazy day, it's like, oh, it's normal. Just act normal. This is her normal life. No, but seriously, I got a lot done, but then I feel like I still didn't get enough done. We've got a great, great guest. She's definitely going to be a treat for us tonight. She's early. Myammee, you're early. Hello. Give me a second. I hope you all had a great Tuesday. Let's get right into this, okay?
Finally, a show with an array of topics. I mean, she talks about it all. The Natasha Simona Sequence, Evening Edition, begins now.
Shout out to the room. Shout out to the entire room. Hello. Shout out to everybody. File in here. Take your shoes off at the door. Get a drink. We've got drinks flowing. Shout out to the whole room. Shout out to the entire room. Shout out to everybody that's just walking in here. Shout out to my executive producer, voice of the show, announcer, the best voiceover artist in the entire world, voice of ESPN. I call him my other brain, my twin soul, Rick Party. Just walked in the door. Shout out to my back office girl. Dear, what's the guy who just asked me this question? Deck Hughes, would be my honor for you to give me a chance. You want to come on here and rap? I've got a guest this evening. However, if you stick around after our guest, delivers her awesomeness, I would love for you to cam up. Yes, you can cam up, but you can't cam up at this moment. I'm so sorry, but you will be able to. Thank you, Marissa. Everybody, yes, there's no shoes in the studio. Please make sure you have no holes or stinky feet. We've got a room where you can wash your toes, and if you need slippers or socks, there's another room for that too. Get comfy, get cozy, get a drink. I'm sorry we were a few minutes late. My computer was acting like a fool, and we had to reset it. And now we're here, so just act normal. I hope you had a great Tuesday. I definitely got a lot done. I just want to shout out to my amazing people that I have in my life. Great conversations. Just a lot of stuff happening, and I'm just really grateful. That's really all I can say about that. That's it. So I hope you all are grateful for something today. And if you're not, then perhaps you shouldn't be watching me. You should be reevaluating some things. Do you know what I'm saying? There's always something to be grateful for, even if your life looks a little not the way you want it to go. There's always something to be grateful for. I'll give you one. You're breathing and you're here. Hello. Right? For those of you that don't know who the guest is tonight, my God, her name is Angela Myammee Pitts. You might remember her from the show with the guy by the name of Flavor Flav. Well, she's come a long way since her appearance on that show, and I'm super, super excited to talk to her. She's gorgeous. I tried to get cute, but my day got away. So here I am in some overalls. You know, these overalls are like, I don't know, they're not tight, but they have no give to them. And you know, I've got a lot of body. Ugh. She's about to come on here and give us a woo. I'm ready for her. She's a hot girl. Let's get into some headlines. A lot of you are like, Tasha, you don't do your headlines anymore. It's because I'm always like running and all that stuff. So here's some headlines. We're going to start off with this one. Well, it's been a while. Kanye West and Kim Kardashian are officially divorced and finalized. She's getting $200,000 a year in child support. Hello? I can't even get 200 pennies in support for my children. Dear Abdul, that's my children's father, feel free to cash at me right away. A couple of $1,000. My cash app is Golden Mommy. It still works. You know my number. You can Zelle me. Hello? Every chance I get. Shout out to the Kardashian West family. You know, going through a divorce, going through the split of children is never easy, but I do hope that for what it's worth, what did I say? It's $200,000 a month. Did I say a year? Did I make that horrible mistake and say $200,000 a year? She's getting $200,000 a month. Christ. I can't even get 200 pennies a day. So here's the breakdown if you care. They've got 4 kids. They were married 7 years. They got joint custody. They're splitting the kids. No spousal support. That was waived. He's going to pay 50, you know, they split the education expenses and security 50-50. I don't know. I think that's fair. $200,000 a month, not a year. I probably said a year by accident. $200,000 a month. I almost passed out. Stacey John said a month is too much. Hey, you know what? I don't know. I don't know what's too much. I don't know what's not enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's one of those things where, you know, if they go by income and whatever the breakdown is and so on and so forth and ray and ha. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. And I don't want to sound like a bitter mama, but I don't get nothing. Dear Abdul, you're probably sitting here on a burner. Feel free to cash at me yesterday, today, immediately. I don't know. I'll tell you one thing. And I'm going to say this. I'm being serious here. I don't think there should be a court to tell you how much you should pay to take care of your children, right? If you made the decision to lay down with whomever and be in the know of knowing what we're doing is going to produce children, whether you're married or you're not, or you know what I'm saying? You should also know that when this baby comes, the baby's going to need food, clothes, so on and so forth. So I find it weird that when you separate your family, no matter what, no matter how, you all of a sudden need a judge to tell you to pay for the children that belong to you. I don't know. You all know that sometimes when I speak, it's from a place of ignorance because I just don't know. But am I making sense to somebody? So a lot of people urged me to go to court. And I'm like, so a judge who doesn't know me or my children or their dad can be like, I'm ordering you to pay X amount of dollars to take care of your children? If you don't take your big ass, do you know what I'm saying? So the fact that we even know that Kim Kardashian is going to be getting $200,000 a month, I don't know how I feel about that, because on one hand, I'm just like, did a judge really need to tell you all how much you got to pay? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that should have been done at the kitchen table while the kids were sleeping over a glass of water or wine or something. And it's like, hey, this is the bills. Let's split this 50-50. You have a good life. I'll have a good life. I'll see you at the soccer game on Saturday. Why? I don't understand, but moving on. I was in the middle of my story this morning talking about the escape situation. They were honored the lady of something or another over at the Soul Train Awards over the weekend. It's now old news, under the rug until next year. And then I got derailed. You know how that goes. Open tabs and so on and so forth. But let me see something here. Their situation is quite messy, and at their big ages, I think it's unnecessary. These are legends. They've got a great legacy behind them, and they're still building and growing. And whatever the feud is, I think it's stupid. I think they're too grown to be going through such childish behaviors. When they stood on the stage and accepted their awards, they look beautiful. They look beautiful in this photo. I know there was a lot of controversy, but behind, Latasha right there in the bright green dress, she looks gorgeous. All of them look really nice. But obviously, one of these girls don't look like the other, right? It's obvious. Okay, fine. Whatever happened there, but when they got on the stage, they looked great. They performed, and their acceptance speeches were great until Tiny, the one right there, the tiny one, pun intended. She was thanking her sisters, and she turned to Tamika and Candy and says, I'm grateful for my sisters, and turned her back to Latasha that's standing to her next to her, and totally dismissed her. And I said, you know what? You're on live television. You've got a whole community. You all in you almost 50 years old. You know what I'm saying? You're almost 50 years old. You all got kids. Some of you are grandchildren, got grandkids and things like that. Like, what example are you really setting for your whole entire community base? You know what I mean? Like, you're too old to be ridiculously catty. I don't know. I just think it was tacky. I think it was really tacky to have done that, on live television in that manner. I don't care what they're going through. I honestly don't care what they're going through. You're on live television, and that was disgusting. And I honestly feel like she should apologize to her publicly, and whatever it is that they need to be handled behind the scenes. We live in a different time. You know what I'm saying? I think it's time that we as a whole community of human beings evolve. Now, would it be wrong if this girl, I think she did clap back. She did a clap back video. I'm not mad at that. She did like a clap back reel or TikTok or something like that. I'm not mad at that either, because you know what? When you publicly hello. When you publicly humiliate somebody and they clap back, it's well deserved. Now, the same woman in that green dress is going through her own set of issues. I don't know where I'm going to fire my back office guy. Let me see something here. I'm firing my back office guy, but nonetheless, look at this photo. It's the same woman to the right, to the left. It's her and her husband. This guy, his name is, what's his name? Something Bivens, whatever his name is. It doesn't even matter. He's a disgrace. And there he is with another side chick. And she's pregnant. I don't know. It's just messy and gross. I'm done. I don't even care to go into it. She's pregnant. This woman here stood 10 toes down fighting for her marriage. I think he's also her manager. He's also in the middle of the rift between her and the group. It's just disgusting. So here's a quote that I want to rest on, and then we're going to bring Myammee up. So the new girl, side chick who's pregnant, she puts on, if you go to her page right now, literally the photo of her and this woman's husband is there. She says the most effed up thing the universe can do is let you meet the right person at the wrong time. I can't pronounce her name. I think it's Unyuke. Sorry, if I'm not saying her name correctly. She's an Instagram model. Hello? I'm going to read you the quote again because I'm going to talk to you about that. The most effed up thing the universe can do to you is let you meet the right person at the wrong time. Now, that's just part of her quote. Her caption was a little longer. Let me explain something to you, ma'am. The universe didn't let you meet the right person at the wrong time. The universe let you meet the wrong person, period. It is very clear that this man has led a lie the entire time he was with you. You don't get into a full-fledged relationship with a married man and get pregnant by him and get to sit on your public page and say the right person at the wrong time. He's been the wrong person. He's been the wrong person the entire time. I feel like she might be a little bit dense. I don't know this girl, so I don't want to call her any names, but I'm just saying just the thought process in her caption. Why are we taking this to social media? We live in such a stupid time. We live in such a ridiculous time where people use this platform, they turn on their phones and they get on these public platforms on their public pages to do horrible, mean, deplorable things. They use these spaces so irresponsibly. The people who are the big mouths, who like to ruin lives and turn off the camera and turn off of their app and sit there thinking that they're doing some kind of good justice. I'm going to get back at the revenge, punishment. I don't know. Maybe I live in a bubble, but I know karma is real. I know God is real. I know the universe is real. And yeah, I feel bad. I honestly, I feel really bad for Latasha because I feel like she can't get a fair shake, and from her group members totally just being mean girls to her, and her husband being a jackass. I feel bad for her, and mental health is real. So I honestly feel like we all should keep her in our positive thoughts and prayers. That's all I'm saying. Anyhow, we've got the Queen of Myammee in the building. I don't know if she calls herself a princess or a queen. I'm going to call her a queen. She's a grown-up. Everybody straighten up. Get your drinks together. My bartender is really cute today. How tall are you? What? 6'7". That's a lot of person there. Anyway, I hope you got your drinks. I'm drinking sorrel. So let's take a quick sip together. Happy birthday if today's your birthday. I missed the birthday roll call. That was rude of me. I jumped right into it. I was late. When you're late, you're all over the place. But if today's your birthday, happy birthday. We're about to bring up Miss Myammee. She's got pretty feet too. Hello?
Natasha Simona Sequence, Evening Edition. Tonight's special guest, artist, realtor, and all-around talent, Myammee.
Hello?
What's up, girl?
Oh, you've got 16,000 white teeth in your mouth. You are gorgeous.
Thank you.
Welcome to the Natasha Simona Sequence.
Well, hello everybody. Hello,
this is my first time meeting you. Shout out to everybody in the room. Shout out to all of Miss Myammee's friends and family that are walking in the door. I've heard nothing but amazing things about you for a really long time. A really, really long time. And so it's an honor to have you here. I'm excited to talk to you. You are just as gorgeous in this live video as you are in all your photos. Photoshop where? Hello?
Hello.
So talk to me. How was your holiday? How was Thanksgiving? Are you still full like a turkey? Because you don't look like it.
Child, I just finished eating them leftovers on Sunday. I tried to eat some yesterday, but it didn't smell right. So I kind of just put
Hello? I'm glad you did you cook or were you just eating?
No, I was a guest. I show up, get my plates, I eat amongst the others. But no, I just pull up and eat, and I hop houses. So that's normally my Thanksgiving.
Okay, I'm not mad at that. But can you cook though? I mean, pretty girls can see. Pretty girls don't know how to cook. This is why I'm not part of the pretty girl community.
I can do a little something. A little.
What's a dish? What's a dish we can count on you to bring to the potluck?
So okay, not Thanksgiving, but the potluck. Ooh.
Don't say chicken Alfredo. Please don't chicken Alfredo me to death.
Okay, no, because I don't even cook chicken Alfredo. So let's say a chicken salad.
Hello. It's okay. Got to take a
No.
first flight out to Miami. I'm gonna help you.
A lot of like veggie. I cook a lot of veggie dishes. And my meats are normal meats. It's like fish, salmon, chicken, baked everything. Basically baked everything.
Okay, so you keep it clean and light.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I
At my
saw
house.
someone's at your house. Okay, a party. Okay, I'll be on my way soon, right after the show. Someone just said she was on Flavor of Love. So you've definitely come a long way.
Yeah.
I know you from Flavor of Love. A lot of people on here know you from Flavor of Love, and you've evolved since then. But
Yes.
you were on there for such a short amount of time, but have such a lasting impression, and I can see why. You're gorgeous. You're bubbly. You know, I stalked your page. I had to do some homework, so you know, I looked at
Well,
your
yeah,
page.
so I did Flavor of Love, and then I end up doing I Love Money, which was right after that. So, and then after I Love Money, I opened up a hair salon, and then after the hair salon, I got into real estate, and after the real estate, I got into HIV advocacy. Then after HIV advocacy, honey, still in real estate, and then now here I am in gospel hip hop.
So let's go back to Flavor of Love, because that was your
Okay.
first reality show that you did,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
What were you thinking?
First, it was 2008, 2007. Filmed. We filmed that 2007. It didn't come to screen to the TV screen till 2008.
Right.
So we could count back some years and know I was a young girl, fresh out of college. You know, I was working at Hooters.
Okay.
And there was I guess a casting person in Hooters, and they got me to come to the casting, and I did it, and I got it, and I did it.
Did they tell you at first it was with Flavor Flav?
Yeah, and at first I hesitated. I said no. I said I do not want to do that show. I'm good. I'm working my butt off. I'm a hustler at Hooters at that time too.
You making like $2,000 every 2 days kind of thing. Hello?
I don't know, you know, I don't know. But no, I was just working my butt off. You know, I thought I was going to get into the whole world of a whole different lifestyle after leaving FAMU. Like, I thought I was really going to get into the corporate life, and it did not happen for me. So instead of me wanting to come back home, I was like, I can't go back home. Like, I've been gone for 4 years. Like, I got to do something with my life. And I just could not get a job. I thought I was going to get in marketing. I thought I was going to get in.
What were you studying at FAMU?
PR, public relations. Yeah. So I really thought I was going to get into that world of, like, you know how Vivica Fox is on To Play That Game?
Yes.
Like, that was my goals, right? And then it didn't happen. But I had to get a job. So worked at Hooters. But anyway, worked at Hooters. Somebody came in that day and told me about the cast, and I said, absolutely not. I'm not doing that. So yeah, and it just kind of happened. Like, I put my name tag in this little bucket thing because it was too many girls, and they put my name out, and I went, and that's how it actually happened. I didn't just go to go. Everything kind of lined up, and I did it, and yeah.
Were you like, how did you break it down to like your family? Were you embarrassed? Did you even say anything?
Well, no, we couldn't say too much. So I told my mom, and my mom was still alive at the time. So I told my mom, I told my family. I don't remember too much, but I remember telling my mom because I know we had to call a certain amount of people in the house, and I couldn't say nothing until it was out. I believe I told my dad as well. I may have told him after.
And were they supportive, or were they just like, you went to college for this? Okay, no problem.
Exactly.
Yeah.
My mom had a little slight attitude, but because she grew up with the whole music of Flavor Flav, you know what I mean? So she was like, you are not doing that. But you know, at the same time, I think she trusted me, trusted who I was. And I was still myself on that show. Still to this day, I don't regret how I looked. I don't regret how I came off on that show. I don't regret nothing that I did on the show. I was still, you know, Angela,
right?
You know what I mean? That she could still be proud of, that everybody could still be proud of. So,
do you keep in touch with him at all?
No.
What about any of the girls?
Different girls from different seasons. From my season, yes, I still talk to a few girls. From different seasons before me, like, you know, but yeah.
So was there like a little like pack? All of you that did the show, you know, there's like a Rolodex of all your numbers, and it's like, okay, here, you all keep in touch, and
no.
Do you know what I'm saying? No.
It has to be organic. Yeah, and see, back then I wasn't as saved as I am today.
Yeah.
So back then, if I felt a little bit of phony or fake or something like that, I just kept my distance. Those
Right.
women who I really just connected with and
Mm.
vibe with, I stayed in contact with. Um,
What's your thought from reality TV back then? You know, you being part of the reality TV world
yeah,
a million years ago to
a
today.
million.
Would you do another reality show?
I would do another reality show, but it would have to be centered around God, my walk now, um, just the woman that I am today. I'm not trying to be catty. I'm not trying to be fussy. I'm not. Now, if that happens, because women of God, we still have our moments where we slip, fall, and all of that. But I don't want that to be the focus. You know what I mean?
Right.
I want it to be something positive, something that people can learn from, something that people can get inspired from. But I'm
Let's
not
talk.
shy. Yeah, I'm not shy from being
I want to talk about your walk with God. When did that
honest.
happen for you and your life shift from being, you know, the Hooters, the reality TV girl with Flavor Flav, and now you're here rapping about God.
Yeah.
Your hashtag is Mrs. Pray and Slay.
Miss Pray and Slay, Miss Jesus Praiser. The journey has happened. It's not just Flavor of Love. Oh, she rapping for God. You got to remember, Flavor of Love came out 2008. We are in 2022. It has been 1,000 years since then. And I kind of grew like rap before I even did Flavor of Love when I moved to Atlanta, because I was in Atlanta at the time. After FAMU, I went to Atlanta, and I got saved in Atlanta 2007 Easter. So I walked down to the pew, said I was going to give my life to God. I didn't know what that meant, but I had been following my pastor for a long time. And that moment, that year, I just did it. And it has just been a journey. It has been a journey. It ain't just, I got saved and boom, because, child, I still did Flavor Love. I did I Love Money. All of that was recorded, how I was, how I talked back then, like all of that. But yeah, it's just over the years. When I had my hair salon and I opened up my hair salon, I closed
Weaves
it.
for free over here, everybody. Weaves for free. Come on.
Exactly. So I had a hair salon and I had to close it. I felt like a failure. I was going through so much failure. I was going through so much what I'm going to do in my life, like all of this stuff. I really felt like a failure and I had to deal with that. And around the same time, I was losing like family and friends for many reasons, whatever. And around this time,
Losing
I
as in
rededicated my life to
like they were passing away, or you were losing them just out of your
passing
life.
away and people still on this earth. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Mm-hmm.
And relationships was just falling apart. And I just felt alone. You know what I mean? I felt so alone. And all up to that point, this was right around 2013 is when I rededicated my life. When I started really reading the Bible, really knowing what it was saying, really hearing from God. You know what I mean? I really did a shift. Like who I was kind of just, I'm still who I am, but my relationship with God just got just amazing. It got deeper. It got on a different level, a different vibe. And nobody
What
can
is
tell
God
me
to
right now.
you? What is God to you?
God, girl, God is my everything. God is my everything. I cannot exist. I cannot exist. Like I have my shirt on tonight, my endorsed by God shirt on with my face soldier tags.
You gotta tell us. Is that from your line?
Yeah, this is from my apparel line. This is what I got when I rededicated my life, endorsedbyguys.com. It came to me. I'm reading the word at the time, and I always say it in my left ear. It was very loud, endorsed by God. Now, I didn't know what that meant. And I just went with it. So if you go to Endorsed by God page right now on Instagram, it's dated from 2013 to now. I never deleted the page. Took a break, but I never deleted the page. So it has just been a journey. He is my everything. He is my life. He is my air. He is my water. He's my breath. He's my provider. You know what I mean? Like he is I would not want to be here without him.
So when you talk about loss, I want to just touch on that too. You lost your mom
Yeah.
and your siblings, and you just sound so strong and confident. I know it took time to be this of what
Yeah.
we're seeing today,
Yeah.
but take us back to that moment where you lost your rock.
I lost my mom the year Flavor of Love came out. So it was ending. The season was ending. she got into the hospital and she passed away right after the reunion came on. I filmed that the same year. I filmed I Love Money a few months later from that. The same year I lost my grandmother. I lost my great-grandmother, all three women in the same year, which is 2008. But
And
losing her
was it mom? Was that all
my
from your
mom
mom?
was May. Yeah, my mom was May 2008. My grandmother was October 2008. And my great-grandmother, which
And
was
that
my
was her
grandmother.
mom? Was that your mother's
No,
mom?
it was my
Oh, okay.
dad's mom. My
Okay, got
dad's
it.
mom and my dad's grandmother. And I had been lost my mom's mom since my mom was 15.
Okay.
So
Oh, wow.
I never met her,
Right.
right? So it has, I come from a woman who is already strong. You know what I mean? So what you see today is just her. I mimicked that. And she lost her mom at a young age. You know what I mean? Like everything she did was strength and strong in everything. And of course, when the HIV came into her life, I feel like that even gave her a different level of strength that I saw.
How
I
old
saw
were
her
you when that? How old were you
when
when
it
that
got
happened?
disclosed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So my mom, her and my dad broke up when I was like a year and a half. And she moved on with her life. She got into a new relationship with my twin brother's dad. Back then it was in the 80s. And nobody didn't think that straight people would get HIV. You know, they used to say AIDS heavy back then a lot, but it was just HIV. And she got pregnant. And nowadays, when you get pregnant, you have to take an HIV test like automatically so they can know how to help prevent the baby from being born without HIV. But back then, it wasn't like that. So she got pregnant. She had my brothers. By the time they were almost 4, they got very sick, and crazy sick in the hospital. And the doctors was like, they have these symptoms of someone with AIDS. You know what I mean? But do you mind if we test them? And she let that be the last test they ran, and it came out positive. So when they came out positive, they asked her to get tested, and her test came back positive. Then they asked for me to get tested. My test came back negative. And when she realized my test came back negative, that's when she kind of knew it had to be their dad or came from their dad. She approached their dad. He said yes. My uncles was going to kill him. Well, one of my uncles, her brother, was going to kill
So
him.
he knew.
Yeah, he knew. I don't think he knew. Again, it was so new, so fresh back then. I don't think anybody knew that it can actually happen to women, because it was very heavy for the gay community, very heavy for the gay white community back then, and gay male white community back then. And nobody didn't think a black woman, a woman with kids would, you know what I mean? Even him. And maybe he did. Maybe he didn't care. But that's what happened. So I found out at an early age. I went to elementary knowing this. My mom told me. My mom was very bold. She was very open with how she talked. She never hid anything. She was she was so authentic. That's one thing I could say. I carry that from her. She was the same person no matter where she went, work, friends, whoever, same lady. And I seen it, you know what I mean? So, but anyway, she told me why they were different. And she had to, because it was after she told me, we was always at the hospital, you know, with my brothers. So my brothers passed away one by one. So the first one passed away in 1992. The other one passed away in 1996.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, 96. I was in middle school. I was in 7th grade, 8th grade, 6th grade, something like that. Wait, what's 96? I don't know. 96, but he was about to be 10. His
They
name
were
was Douglas.
little.
Yeah. And my first brother, David, he passed away at age 5. So we were a few years apart. I was older, of course, but I lost him early. And I never seen my mom cry around the house. I never seen her feel like sorry for herself. I always seen her go. I always see her stay strong in front of me. I just never seen her weak. The first time I saw her weak was in that hospital. And I could not believe it, because up to that point, I never seen her in a position where she wasn't a Wonder Woman. You know what I mean? And I knew that it was going to come one day. I just didn't think it would be at that time in my life where I didn't really need her too much anymore. because I was, you know, the whole Flavor of Love was happening. I was traveling, doing shows. I was getting booked to do parties. Like, you know,
You were in your prime in that moment.
yeah, in my early 20s, you know what I mean? And my first real career, you know, I had been wanting a career, and I finally get a career, and now she's gone, you know? And yeah, so that's how that kind of happened. And she was a big advocate down here in Miami-Dade, across the nation. Everybody knew Anna Wyman. Like, some days I'm out and about and I'm thinking somebody's gonna say, "Hey, Myammee from Flavor Love," but it's like, no, like, what's up, Anna Wyman's daughter? Like, oh my God, how are you? You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
she was a big voice. She did so much for the HIV community. Right before she passed away, she was a part of so many trials, and the voice of the one pill, for people to take the one pill. I look at her and my brothers as not just sacrifices, but they were needed. You know what I mean? And to put God in it, I feel like he chose the right woman.
You're
He
so
chose the right
strong.
woman.
I just want to hug you. Like, it's almost like it's not fair that you had to, you know, you had to be this strong. I mean,
Yeah.
that's such a, when you look back, you're like, you were so young, you know, although
Yeah.
you were in your prime, in your 20s, and that in that moment of your life, you were forced quickly to grow up even more.
Yeah.
So
Fast.
yeah.
Yeah. I had to work early. I worked at 15, 16, you know, um, to help out around the house, to help out with the things that I wanted to do. You know, I was heavy into sports and activities in school, so I had to get a job and work, and I actually wanted to work on top of that as well. So it just kind of spills over. Like, all of that happened to me helps me become who I am today. It helps me exist and be strong today. It helps me believe in something better than bigger than myself, bigger than any issue I may face. I have faced the worst issue in life. Anything that comes towards me can be fixed. It can be elevated. It can be switched. It can be worked on. It could be with patience. It ain't what I've already faced. You know what I mean? Like, even during COVID, like, COVID was a catapult for me to be here today doing gospel rap. Everybody was like, how you felt during COVID? Because I felt I was alone in COVID a lot. You know what I mean? My family is not big. It's very small. A lot of people have passed away. And a lot of my family members here, we're not as close, and we're still working on that relationship. But it's just, I felt like I already went through a crazy pandemic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I
Right.
already survived that. You know what I mean? And I survived it.
Almost alone at that point too.
Yeah, I did. Because you gotta understand, when I lost my mom, the rest of the family, well, on my dad's side, they couldn't really console me because we lost my grandma. You know what I mean?
So they're in their own mourning.
They're in their own grieving. And then when she passes away, and then now my great grandmother passes away, those elders can't console those other elders above me because they have just lost my great grandma, you know.
Right.
So we're all grieving all at the same time. People are still passing away. After that, the year after that, another one of my dad's uncle passed away again. So it was just like, it was so much passing away happened. I lost so many uncles up to this. I've lost basically all of my uncles except for one.
Did you go to counseling at any point?
No, I have not been to counseling. Everybody asks me that. I have not been to counseling.
Are you afraid?
And no, I'm not afraid. I just feel like the time that it happened, nowadays counseling is so big. It is so received very well. You know, there's a relationship like between like me and my dad. I really want to do counseling with him as well. You know what I mean? But whenever that time does come, if it comes, but I think that's why my relationship with God is so strong. You know, like, when you lose everything, money, family, friends, businesses, your purpose in life, and all you have is God, like, to those who don't understand that and how to get that relationship when you have nothing, like how to establish that foundation, girl, that's why I cannot live without him, because he has been my consoler. He has been my counselor. He has been my build me back up. I cannot stand here today in front of you and talk about this like this. Like, there is no explanation for it besides him and the strength that he gives me. You know what I mean? So
Well, I love your love for God. You just recently dropped a new single,
Yes,
WOG, Woman of God, on the 18th, like literally last week
yes.
or 2 weeks ago.
On the 18th, yeah. So we like 10 days in.
What talk to me about you when you wrote this song, and where we can find you performing? Are you going to go on tour?
Well, I did some performances earlier this year. I look forward to more on the way. Like I'm kind of in a little thin line, right? Sometimes I'm too extra, too much for the church folks. You know what I mean? Like
Okay. Yes.
I'm too this, you know. And then
You're touching the secular line of
yeah,
the
but I'm called to the world, so I can still relate to them. They can still listen to me. They'll still
Who's
hear
your
me.
audience?
Girl, this is what I'm finding out. Like, this is what I'm working towards. This is why I'm a year in the game. I'm just starting gospel hip hop. I'm just starting gospel rap. Christian hip hop is what they call it, genre wise. Um, I came out June of last year with Pray and Slay, and here we are December. Like, so I'm still fresh, trying to find my audience. Right now, I feel like my audience is it's a mixture.
Hmm.
It's the church folks who ain't as judgy.
Right.
They know, you know what I mean? Like, they have grace, they have love in their heart. They're not so churchy. You know what I
Right.
mean? But they love some God. You hear me? And then
But
I
they
have
cuss a little.
they may they may they do.
Right.
Um, and then I have the other side who is foreign to my type of style of gospel hip hop.
Hmm.
But who's open to those lyrics that I put out. My lyrics is very gospel. That's why consider myself gospel rap and not just Christian hip hop.
Hmm.
Sometimes Christian hip hop can say God once or twice in it, and they're talking about the sky, the moon. I don't know what else they be talking about sometimes.
Right.
But for me, I want to stick to my lyrics. If I'm not praising God in my music, I don't want to do no song. If I can't praise him, I don't want to do it. I'm
Yeah.
not doing this just to do it. You know what I mean? I could just go to my life and do other stuff.
Sure.
But I want to praise him in a way that I will relate to as a woman from Miami who has been through what I have been through, who knows how it is to have strength, who knows how it is to not be far too removed from the world,
Right.
and still have a relationship with God.
Absolutely.
Like that's important. I think sometimes we push out people who look a certain way. Like, I dress a certain way, I come off a certain way for a reason.
Hmm.
Because I want to represent those people who may have them tattoos, who may have colorful hair, who love God, who get pointed at, you know what I mean? Who may,
You want to
oh,
be relatable to your
yeah, like,
audience.
you're not Christian enough. And that is rooted. It's rooted because of my mom and my brothers, right? At one point in my life, I felt like I wasn't normal. I felt like they wasn't normal. I felt like they would have got judged. They got judged heavy, you know, like even within my family, they got judged for
Mm.
having HIV. Nobody didn't want to be around them. Everybody was nervous and scared. You know what I mean? I stayed in a house with my mom and my brothers. Nothing happened to me. But everybody wasn't forced in that. So they had the option to not be around it. So I use that same type of foundation now in my gospel music, and the Christians that I want to represent and the ones that I want to pull into Christianity. Let them know that, yeah, you may get pointed at. They may not like you over there. But over here, God still loves you, so I love you. You know what I mean? You accept it over here. So it's rooted from my family. And that's why I go so hard for a look, for an image. Um,
Let me
it may
let
be,
me
it may be borderline for
Yeah.
some, and I don't care. Because
Right.
I want to represent those people.
Your
Those people.
accent is so cute.
Thank you. But yeah, I want to represent those people. I want to represent the ones who ain't perfect,
You
but
want to
God see them
represent the
perfect.
outcasts, the ones who are getting
Yeah,
shunned
the
out of the church.
outcasts. But who
Yes.
be praying to God at home.
Right.
And the ones who ain't got the perfect suit on, who ain't got the perfect resume.
Right.
But that just because somebody has a suit on does not mean you hire them. You got to look at their resume. You got to look at their life. I always
Absolutely.
say, don't judge a book by its cover. Look at the pages of the book. Read the pages of
It's
the
a
book.
word. That's a word.
How they judge me head on just because how I come off, and it's coming off for a reason. We got to stop judging. Like, the church entirely has to stop judging people, because if we keep judging, keep pointing, keep picking, why would they want to serve that type of God? You feel me? And that ain't the type of God
Absolutely.
pray to. That ain't the type of God who has helped me throughout my life. That ain't the type of God who has given me strength. You feel me? So it's like,
Yes.
that's who I represent in my music. The lost, the broken.
So it's safe to say this is your therapy. Your music is your
It
therapy. So
is.
although you haven't
It
had
is.
traditional therapy, on the couch with a person
No,
and a
I haven't got it
notepad, you
yet.
threw yourself into this new role as a Christian hip hop artist,
As a woman of
writing
God first. As a
a
woman of
woman
God
of
first.
God. Absolutely.
It took me to be a Christian first. It took me to exist in my Christianity first, as a woman who has different layers of herself. I could be extra sassy, spicy, modest, I could do all of that. You know what I mean? And it took me to get me comfortable first in that, for him to call me and say, hey, I want you to start making music for the kingdom. Because I
Yeah.
was minding my business, girl. Music, what you mean? Like,
Right.
what?
You're
You
busy.
know? So,
You're multi-talented. I don't know if you want to say the queen or the princess of Miami. You're selling houses. Now you're rapping. Now, like you're a woman of God. You listen, I'm not mad at this. So you're also running an organization in honor and memory of your mother and your siblings.
yeah.
Project Aiming. Am I saying that right?
A&M, so it stands for Project Anna in Miami, and it kind of
Okay.
got transitioned. Yeah, it kind of got transitioned because my first goal for that was to branch off and just do that. The whole umbrella was going to be that, but then it branched off to helping other organizations, like the CDC, like University of Miami Hospital, Broward County Health, organizations down here in Miami called Care for You. Other organizations who contract me out still to this day and help get their message out in a way that is relatable to the community. When it comes
Mhm.
to speaking to family members, they get me out there to speak to family members. They get me out there to speak to doctors and say, treat them not like numbers. Because if you treated my mom like this, I will go off on you. You know what I mean? So I come off like that. I talk to pregnant women all the time and tell them, the opportunity that they have versus my mom. She didn't have this opportunity to take some medicine to prevent their babies to not have HIV. So I don't care how you feel about these side effects. You're going to take this medicine. You hear me? So I do that type of work too on the side. So it has kind of evolved a little bit from my original idea of just having that one umbrella. So now I'm kind of like sometimes under the scope and work for other people
Okay.
behind closed doors. Yeah.
With everything,
Like a contractor, like a, consultant.
right. Absolutely. With everything that you're doing today, what do you think and how do you think your mom would feel about just your life today, all the way up till this moment?
I
And
think,
what would that conversation be if you can have that conversation with her?
girl, don't have me cry on this live, honey.
Here, I got a tissue. I was crying in this one yesterday. I don't know.
I think she would be, be very proud of me because I have her roots. She was a woman. She used to take us to church. I remember her taking us to church, and she used to go to Episcopalian church down in Miami at by the Omni.
Mhm.
And I remember us getting the wine and the bread, and all of that type of stuff. And I seen her leave church. I seen her at church amongst the people at church. I seen her leave church. I seen her get home after church. And I seen that woman. And like, again, she was the same woman. So I think she would be proud of me to be my authentic self. Still being a woman of God, despite others may not agree, but he agrees. He loves me dearly. Just like I feel like she knew that he loved her dearly, despite her having HIV, because he gave her the strength. She used to always say, Lord, give me the strength today, give me the strength today, give me strength today. And now as a grown behind woman child, I know what that means. You know what I mean? Because you have to have it. Some days ain't peachy eachy. You know what I mean? And you got to have God to give you that strength. So I think she would be very proud that I'm my authentic self everywhere I go, that I keep her memory alive. I keep my brother's memory alive, that they didn't die in vain. That I take those same principles that she taught me, how to be independent, how to be bold, how to be brave, how to not cut my tongue for nobody and speak my mind like how she was. So I think she'll be proud. The only thing, I don't have no kids. So when she was in the hospital, she was like, "When you gonna have a baby, you could just drop the baby off at me for the first 3 years and go on about your career." I'm like, "Girl, I'm not having no babies right now, honey. I gotta be married."
Yeah.
So I mean, that
And
would
this
be
is
the
while
only
she was in the
thing.
hospital.
Yeah, child. Everybody want me to have these kids, but again, I'm waiting to marriage. So without the husband, unfortunately, at this moment, I don't see myself being a single mom. Even if I have to adopt, I don't see that right now. I
Are
see
you
my husband.
dating?
No, I'm not dating.
Hello? Why? There's like 25 people at your door right now, like with a ring.
Girl, dating the DMs too. But listen, it's I gotta
What you waiting for?
it's
You want him to
hard.
find you?
He gotta come see me at Publix or something. Child. I don't know.
Hello? You know what? You know what's crazy? I say the same thing. I said, I don't have time. And if I'm going to meet somebody, it's going to be like in the produce aisle or something.
Girl, it has to be. I just want it organic. Like my friend, like I see Steph is in here. My friend Stephanie. They want me to be on these apps. And another layer of it too, I think what I've been having a hard time with is waiting to marriage, right? So I may have some prospect of guys who I think is very handsome. I think they so fly and all of this type of stuff, and they don't believe in waiting to marriage. So it's an extra layer.
No
It's not
test driving the
impossible.
car.
No, honey. Hello.
Hello?
For many
I mean,
reasons.
listen, I get it. I get it. I practiced celibacy. I was
Yeah.
celibate for 3 years and then 2 years prior to that. And, I get it.
Yeah.
I don't play around.
And
And
it's deep rooted because I was a very late bloomer. I didn't
mhm,
really start till my senior year in college,
right.
So
I
I
don't think
was
that's not a late bloomer. Hello?
compared to it was a late bloomer compared to my surroundings,
Right.
right? Um, like I was surrounded by people who had babies in 7th grade,
Uh,
you know.
Oh, okay. I get it.
So
Yeah. So it's your
so
surroundings. Yeah.
I was a late bloomer, and again because of my mom and what happened with her, that's another root thing that's there as well.
Right.
Um,
Right. You probably have some PTSD from that.
Girl,
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, I do. The whole cheating thing, I can't get it. Somebody cheat on me, I'm done. I
I
just
want
can't.
you to go to counseling. I'm just
For that,
saying.
for
You
that,
for everything.
yeah,
Not just for that. I for everything because yeah. There's a
yeah,
lot that I think you're holding in, and while I applaud you for being so
yeah,
beautiful and just strong and you've got a lot going on,
yeah,
I think having a talking to a professional who knows how to ask you certain questions to evoke certain emotions and memories for you to expel
yeah.
all of the things that you've been forced to suppress.
Mm-hmm.
I would love, who am I? But I personally would love for you to get that just all out
Yeah,
before you meet your husband.
right. I agree, and I think it's coming out as I'm getting older. It really is. I've had other relationships, um, and I've grown from it. Not to say I won't, but I get you. Like that's another thing why I'm not dating. I feel like it's just not time. And when it is time, I think he'll be there to help me unpack that as well. I think he'll understand, you know what I mean? And I won't be super clean for him, just like he ain't gonna be super clean for me.
Right.
I think, but at the same time, it has to be the right time. It has to be the right person. It has to be somebody with a great heart, who's open to knowing
We're
that part about me.
manifestors. We're
Huh?
manifestors. We're manifestors over here. We're gonna manifest you.
Girl, God is the ultimate manifester, honey. He know what I need. He know what I
Oh,
want. He know what I desire. And when baby come
yes.
along, I'ma know. I'ma know, and he gonna know. And yeah. So he's on the way.
He's coming.
But in the meantime, it took these last couple of years for me to get to this point, to know that I am stepping out on faith, becoming a new gospel artist, basically. You know, stepping out on faith and answering the call and telling God, yeah, because I said no for a very long time. I told God he was crazy, almost borderline, that you want me to do this. Like, I'm cool
Right.
with being a realtor. I'm cool with being an HIV advocate. I'm cool with doing little freestyles here and there for fun, but being a real artist, like, I don't think so. You know what I
Do
mean?
you have
Like
a
a
dream?
gospel artist.
Do you have a dream artist you want to work with or perform with,
Girl, yeah,
or
girl,
who?
yes. Girl, who? Okay, let me just say.
Come on, put it out there with us.
I want to work with, of course, Kirk Franklin. That is the GOAT for me. Ty Tribbett, another GOAT for me. Erica Campbell, another GOAT for me. Me working with them and me working with them on one track would be like amazing.
Yeah. Okay. Did
So
you write it down
those
somewhere?
my oh yeah, it's done. Like I don't put her out there with Erica. I done met Erica. I don't put her out.
I was about to say, didn't you just do an interview with her? Did you tell her?
Yeah, I did an interview with her. I told her in tears when I met her. But she is such a great woman who understands how it is to be judged as a gospel person, as a woman of God who has curves, who looks good, who all of that. So I think whatever we will make is gonna be magic. I guess it will be a big blessing for everybody.
I'm gonna put something else on your plate though.
What?
When is the book coming out? Hello? Did we get? Is my microphone working?
I got a little bit more life to live, a little bit more life, but
do you?
I do.
Do you know? Do you know if you're gonna be here next week?
No, I could be gone when we hang up this call. I'm probably gonna be here in the morning. You never know.
So when you gonna start writing that book?
Girl, it's already started. It's just some chapters that I want to at least start a line in, a sentence.
Can I share some more unsolicited advice with you?
Yes, go ahead.
I think this is I think that the life that you've lived so far is so much. I'm every so often I'm like glancing at the comments and there's people of all ages here. There's men and women in this room who are just shocked by everything that you've had to experience so far.
Okay.
I think this book can help high school. You experience loss from a young age. There's a cure in quotes right now, but you can teach high school girls that look up to you. You can teach women who might be in a boat that your mom was in. You can really talk to people who look at you for hope and inspiration because you have you cater to a community that's outcasted from others that should be welcoming and loving. I think you have something here already. I don't know. I'm just saying. I don't know.
Listen, let me tell you how. You can
end the book to be continued. I'm just saying. I don't know.
I'm just tell you how God moves and how He uses people and how He uses everything for good. So you're not here telling me this just to tell me this. Like even our meetup was, you know what I mean? I don't take none of this for light. I don't take none of this very light. I take it as a touch, a sign, a nudge. You know what I mean? So I'm listening to what you say. It was already there. You are just reconfirming some things. And let's just see.
Well, whatever it is that you do, I mean, listen, don't forget about me. You come back to the Natasha Simone sequence or the Rick Party show. One of us, I don't care who you go to, or both. Hello, excuse me.
Either, both, many times over.
I would love to support you. We will be supporting you from here on out, and support you in your future endeavors. Myammee, what do people call you? I don't want to sit here and call you Myammee.
Listen, I'm rebranding myself. Everybody knew me from Flavor of Love and I Love Money from VH1 as that girl from, those shows. I'm now Myammee with a lot of testimony. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I don't
Myammee spelled in a very interesting way.
It's spelled out.
First of all.
Yeah. Me. So it's kind of spelled out.
Yes.
Yes.
I was like, I was writing
I'm cool.
I was writing your name out, and my graphics guy, he was like, Jesus. I was like, I got to talk to her about this because good Lord. I'm like spell checking it like I can't mess this up.
Yeah, and you know what? If you put it in the search engine, Google, all of that, I come up. So
yes,
you'll see my whole entire history of how far God has brought me. You know what I mean? So Myammee, I'm fine. That's my stage name. That's my artist name. Angela is what I am in real estate. Angela is what I am in my professional setting when I'm doing contracts and stuff on the outside.
Sure.
Funding my artistry. But when I'm in my artistry, I'm cool with Myammee. Myammee is who I've always been. Since I left Myammee and went to FAMU, I was always the girl from Myammee, the girl from 305. You know what I mean? So I embody my city. I love my city to death. This is where I grew up. This is where my family was at. This is where my family life has changed. You know what I mean? Like Myammee means a lot to me.
You
so
are
I
Myammee.
have no problem with the name, the spelling.
Yes.
And I'm just gonna refresh that thing up and show you how far God can take you.
Absolutely.
How far God can bring you along the journey. You know what I mean? I'm just bringing people along the journey. So I'm cool with Myammee. It's fine. It is really fine.
I appreciate you for taking your time to open up your life to us.
Thank you for the time, girl. I love your show.
Oh,
I love how you open up. I love how you come on back. I love the hair. Let me just start with that.
Hello.
I love the color.
Thank you. Hello.
You know.
I know you had a hair boutique. I mean, anytime you want to come play in the stands.
But yeah, so I love the whole thing. When Rick told me, I was like, oh my God. And I had to go look and see and see what you was all about. So I love that you are bold as well. I love how you are really,
Thank you.
I real recognize real. So
thank you.
Keep doing what you're doing. You keep giving people platforms like this to give your audience some other perspectives of what's going on in this world. You know what I mean? So thank you for having me tonight as not just a gospel artist, as a woman of God, as a girl who has had a journey, a testimony. So yeah, I wish you nothing but the best in your endeavors, like everything along the way. But
thank
yeah,
you.
they can find me, Myammee. As you can see, it's pinned right there.
Your accent, I'm like in love with every time you talk. I'm like, I love your accent. I love how you talk. It's amazing. Where's your music? Let's start with the music. Where can we find it?
My music is everywhere, right?
Okay.
So wherever you listen to your music, whether it be Apple, Spotify, Tidal, Amazon, YouTube, wherever you listen to music, I'm there. You just put my name in, I will come up.
Under Myammee.
I will. Yep. MYA, 2 M's, 2 E's. I will pop up. And I love to wear my hats. I'm a tomboy girl too at the same time. So I think we used
the photo with your hat. I love that photo.
Yeah, but see, that's me too. Like my music is me bringing my authority of who I am as a woman of God. Like what he told me I am. I don't care what you say. I don't care what is happening. I don't care what water is about. I don't care what fire is around me, honey. I am what I am. And that energy comes through to give somebody how to go, just get through life. As you can see, I done been through a lot. So I have that, I don't know, I just have that thing about me.
You have fire under you, baby.
Yeah, so it comes out just like that. And it comes out so organic. So
I love it.
So yeah, you guys can find me everywhere. Like I said, my music is everywhere. YouTube, follow me on YouTube. I have a new like a series of this journey of me becoming a gospel artist. So you can follow that journey on my YouTube.
And your YouTube is Myammee?
Myammee TV, yeah. You just put in Myammee, child, you'll find me. You can put in Myammee.com.
And that's a uniqueness in spelling Myammee that way. I'm not mad at it. I'm just saying.
See?
There's a method to the madness.
Miami Dolphins, Miami Marlins. No.
Right. No, I get it.
It's only for me. So
I love it. So so we've got YouTube. We're gonna find Myammee on YouTube at Myammee TV. We're gonna find all of her music on every streaming platform.
Everyone.
And you're gonna follow her right here on Instagram. So if you're not following her already, Tasha Troops, you know what to do. Click that button and follow. We gotta support.
Come on, Tasha Troops.
Also, your organization.
Yeah. So Project A&M, like I said, right now I'm kind of under the radar because I am working with other organizations.
Okay, yeah, right. You did say you're the consultant between. Okay, so
I'm kind of consultant right now, so it's not a big focus on my own brand. But right now, I would plug my parent, which is endorsedbygod.com.
Okay.
It's endorsed by God. That represents God, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit. And these are my faith tags, like a soldier, like a faith soldier, like a real army military soldier, and they're kind of branded. These coming out at the beginning of next year.
Okay, so when they come out, please come back here so we can do a refresher and let people know You're so beautiful. My
Thank you. Thank you
gorgeous.
to my family, my mama, my daddy, my grandma, my granddaddy. Oh
Shout
yeah.
out to your family. Shout out to your family. I appreciate you. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your openness and your story. You got me for life. Come on. Pray and
Oh,
slay. Miss Pray and Slay. Let's go.
thank you, Miss A
New
Soldier.
single, Woman of God. It's out now. Drop November 18th. Tasha Troops. Come on, we know what to do.
Go
Shout out
run
to
them numbers up.
run all. We're all about running up numbers. Shout out to all of your people that also came in here. Thank you so much for being here. Please come back whenever. This is home for you
Okay.
here. We
Okay.
our door is open to you over here. Thank you so much,
Thank
Angie,
you.
Myammee.
Thank you, Miss Lady.
Thank you so much. Have a good night, everybody.
Y'all have
Well,
a good night.
what's your favorite color? What's your favorite color?
Black. You want to see black all over this place?
Okay, everybody, I want to see black hearts. She's putting her shoes on. She's taking the last sip of her water, her grape juice. I want to see black hearts.
Everybody know I love me some water. I love all type of water, sparkling water, black waters.
Okay, as she's leaving, as she's taking her last sip of her water, I don't want her to leave without seeing the whole entire chat flooded with black hearts. Please and thank you. Chanel says Tasha's here twice a day. I totally am. 2 shows, 1 host. There goes the black hearts coming through. We love you. I know over
that's
here.
right. Oh, I see everybody now because my little screen was. I put them all down.
Right.
What's up, Corinne?
All the black hearts for you. Yes.
Thank y'all.
I can't wait to see you in person and just give you a big hug. And hopefully by then, if it's not in the next 2 weeks, that book has been started.
I'm gonna try. How about that?
All right. Listen, I'll give you a break for the rest of the year, but 2023, okay. I'm gonna call Rick like you call Myammee. What's she doing?
Okay.
All right. Well, enjoy the rest of your night. Thank you so much.
Y'all have a good week, blessed week, and for everybody out there who's thinking about talking to God, just go to Him tonight. Tell Him thank you at home safely. Tell Him just talk to Him in a normal voice. You ain't gotta be super crazy deep. You ain't gotta use big old words. Go to Him and just say, God, thank you, or God, I need you, or God, do you hear me? Just anything. He is listening and He is waiting for you. And if you're at home safe, just tell Him thank you. So that's all I wanted to leave with you guys tonight.
That was beautiful.
You, girl, that's nothing.
You got a fan. I don't know what you call your people, but you know, I'm a
We face soldiers around here, girl. We face soldiers.
Face soldier. I'm with it. I like that. Face soldiers. You got a face soldier out of me. So I'll talk to you soon. Thank you so much again.
Bye, y'all. Good night.
Good night. Wow. What happened to my air horns? Hello? Let's try that again. Wow. Myammee. I bet you weren't expecting that one. I bet you weren't expecting that. I know I was a little bit. Rick spoke very, very highly of Miss Myammee. And I was like, I want to meet her one day. And he's like, you will. You will. So it was definitely an honor to sit here and talk to her. She looked like she smelled really good, right? I forgot. You guys didn't remind me to ask her. If I can guess what she smelled like, I would say she probably smelled like something really sweet. She looked like sweet candy, right? Like maybe, you know, when you melt marshmallow. Have any of you ever melted marshmallows in a pot? And you can smell just how sweet. And you ever taste, you know how you can smell your taste of the food? She smells like she looks like she smells like marshmallow, like warm marshmallow. Yeah. If I can guess. I don't know. She was dope. She was amazing. Shout out to Myammee. We're definitely a fan over here, and we will be supporting her. Shout out to the room. She smells like cotton candy and gardenias. I believe that too. I get it. Cotton candy, yeah. She's amazing. Shout out to everybody in here. I want you all to rewind if you missed that full interview. You know, when we experience loss at any point, you know, when she was getting choked up, I was like, oh my God, please don't let a tear fall. Please don't. You can't help but think about, you know, it's the holidays and, you know, I mean, even, I don't know, random times she probably thinks about her mom and her siblings. So I definitely will be holding her close to my heart virtually as we get through this holiday season. Shout out to everybody in the room. Listen, that's the show. What? Hello? You want to stick around and hang out with me some more? But before we go, we do have an unboxing. I don't know if my children are watching, but if you are, you could definitely come in here and see what I've got. I'll give them a few seconds to walk in the door. As I said this, Mom, if you're in here, please, if any of the kids want to come in here and see this unboxing. I've got a package. And so we're going to do that. Okay, there goes 10. Come on. Come over here. Oh, hi, you woke up? Shout out to my 13-year-old. He came home and passed straight out. All right, let's see what this is. Do you want to say hi to everybody? Say hi.
Hi.
You know, the people are going to start thinking you don't own clothes. Maybe you should put clothes on the wish list. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Come on. You want to say hi to everybody? Let them see your handsome face. Oh, stay here. Shout out to Carl Banks. Carl, do you see what he's wearing? Come closer. Look at that. Shout out to Carl Banks. Say thank you, Mr. Banks.
Thank you. Thanks.
He just woke up from a nap. All right, here we go. We're cutting it open. And oh, I think I know who this is from. Let me see if there's a. Where did I just cut it? Okay, here we go. Wait, what? Okay. It didn't come with the thing, but I definitely know who this is from. It is migraine and headache cooling patch. And it is also a headache relief cap. I was feeling this in the package. I was like, why is this squishy? Here it is. So it's a compression hat cap, and it's for migraines and stress and so on and so forth. So I want to thank Cole Green. Thank you so much for this. So you guys have to remind me, like when my migraines come on, you guys need to go in the bathroom in the thing, in that cabinet thing, you know, where I keep all the stuff. And you got to set this up for me when I'm going nuts. Okay. All right. Thank you. I'll be out in a minute. Cole, I want to thank you so much for this, because when I sat here and I was going, like, I was ready to bang my head against the wall. My migraines are debilitating. Like I vomit, I cry, my neck hurts, everything. Just, it's really bad. I have to do like the whole, you know, light therapy, like, or dark room therapy and all that stuff. So this is very thoughtful. I will be putting this to use. I get several migraines a week. So yes, I do know about the Botox and all those things. And yes, I am scheduling myself to see a therapist to see what at this point can be done, because it's scary. So thank you for this, Cole. This is very thoughtful, as I just get a sharp pain right to the side of my brain. Thank you, everybody. Why did I just lose communications here? Hold on one second. What did I do here, Natasha? Okay, there we go. Back to normal. I want to thank everybody that showed up. I do have somebody in the camera queue. I don't know, Dwight, who you are. I don't know if you did that on purpose or not, but Dwight, you put a camera request in. If you're trying to cam up, you got to write something in here to me or something like that. Anyhow, thank you to everybody that showed up. 2 shows, 1 host, and Natasha Simona Sequence. I do come back here tomorrow morning, 5 a.m. Pacific, 8 a.m. Eastern. Brian, if you're not busy, can you cam up really quickly? Or can we talk behind the scenes or something? Brian, did you send a sweatshirt? Hello? Brian, first of all, Brian, I've been missing you. I didn't wear Brian's sweatshirt this morning. I'm all confused here. Huh? Hello? Okay, Brian, me and you will talk behind the scenes. But thank you in advance. Shout out to what now I'm all confused. Hello? Okay, just act normal. Shout out to the entire room. Shout out to all my chat liners. Shout out to all my silent watchers. Shout out to everybody in here, first and foremost. Yes, 2 shows, 1 host. I will be back here tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Eastern, 5 a.m. Pacific. 8 a.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. 8 a.m. Okay, hello. 8 a.m. Eastern, 5 a.m. Pacific. And then we come right back here in the evening time. I don't know who our guest is because I don't have my calendar up in front of me, but I want to thank the executive producer of this show. He does amazing. He does an amazing job at just holding this whole entire show down. So I want to thank you. I want to thank my back office girl for holding me down, and I want to thank my back office guy. I rehired him again. Shout out to my team. I want to say thank you to my entire team for holding this show together when I've got to hold my real life together. They hold the show down on top of their real life. So this is for my team. We've got some fun stuff. We've got some fun stuff. I'm gonna actually have this conversation with my back office girl. What were you wearing this morning? I don't know from my head to my tail, and you're asking me to remember what I was wearing this morning. What was I wearing this morning? I think it was yellow. I was wearing a yellow hoodie. If anybody wants to contribute to my morning wardrobe, let me know. In the morning time, I like to wear robes and hoodies. I like to be very comfortable in the morning time. And in the evening, I'm taking Fashion Nova and what's the other fast fashion brand? Shein or something like that. Clearly, I can do a wardrobe enhancement. But until then, I'll just focus on content, and the wardrobe will do what it needs to do. If you want to contribute to the show, if you like the content that you see here, my Cash App is $Golden Mommy, GOLDENMOMMY. All the love is appreciated. If you don't remember what I just said, you can go to the link in my bio and it's there. I do have Zelle and I do have all the other stuff. You just got to send me a message and I'll get all that stuff to you while I work on putting it all in one place. Yes. Here's my conversation with my back office girl. Yes, I did ask about Brian this morning because I've been missing Brian, and I know that he normally, he's in the room, and I hadn't seen him in a little while, so I was just asking for Brian, back office girl. She's definitely gonna kill me. I'm getting another correspondence from somebody else in my back office. I just want to say thank you so much, and absolutely yes. Thank you. I will not disclose which other person that was in my back office. Real Bush, I did see your message, and I will be messaging you after the show. I did see that earlier. I'm not ignoring you. Shout out to the entire room. Thank you, everybody. Tomorrow's show, the one person who I was waiting for to let me know. Let me look at the calendar. I love my back office girl, by the way. I do things to make her laugh. Who's on the show for tomorrow? We have a doctor. Oh no, we don't. Okay. Well, our calendar, I don't know why it's not updated as of right now. So you'll know who's tomorrow's guest. I will announce, I guess, tomorrow morning. Is that right? Okay. I'm being told to end the show. Okay, everybody. That's the show. Hello. That's the show. I want to thank my entire team. I want to thank every single person that walked into the door. But back office girl, you're never gonna get fired. I just like making you blush, make that whole face turn red, and then 2 seconds after I press end and take my phone off do not disturb, she's gonna say, Tosh, do you really have to read every single thing that I text you? I mean, come on, can't you just read it in silence? And I'm gonna say, no, it's fun. And she's gonna go, yeah, fun for you. I swear to God, that's how she sounds. She's gonna go, you give me anxiety sometimes. Shout out to everybody in the room. Shout out to everybody on the Transform with Tosh. We got a few days left of the book, Dr. Ian's book, Clean and Lean, and then we're moving on to something else. And that is something that me and my back office staff is working on. And I think we're gonna have fun. Grandpa will not be calling me after the show, back office girl. He's going to bed. Anyway, everybody, get your shoes on and get out. That's the show. Get your shoes on, everybody. Please leave my glasses down. Please do not take them home. Merchandise will be available for you to take home. But until then, leave my stuff where they belong, right here in the studio, so they are available for you tomorrow. Everybody take your phones, your chargers, your computers, and every other suspect stuff that's plugged into the wall. Get them out of here, because once you leave the studio, you cannot come back in. Yep, please. Yes, you forgot your phone the other day and I had to turn it off. Quite annoying. Get all your stuff. Get all your stuff, please. Yes, the food smells good. I cooked dinner before the show. Thank you. Thank you so much. Get all your stuff. If you've got napkins, please throw them in the garbage, because why? That's disgusting. Everybody, please go. We have more headlines. We'll do all of that of what I've missed tonight. We'll do that tomorrow morning. And listen, it's 26 days before Christmas, so do what you got to do. For all my rideshare drivers in here, you know I have a special love that I share with you. Hopefully soon I will be off of these Uber streets. But until then, I share with you safety and love to all of my rideshare drivers. For everybody in the gig economy, if you are working tonight, peace and love to you all. Please get home safely. Everybody else, bye. I'm kidding. I know I could be rude. It's all from love, though. I love you all. Everybody, get your shoes on. I got to go be a mom now. That's exactly what I'm going to go do. I'm going to take these overalls off. Matter of fact, let me just start undressing right here. Yep, you know when I start removing clothes, it's time for me to go, right? Hello? I'm going to go unsnap my bra. I'm going to take this watch off because it's been on my arm all day. And for anybody that wanted to cam up today, feel free to get pretty and get right for me tomorrow. I'll cam you up tomorrow. Good night, everybody. Good night, Chanel. Good night, everybody. It's my time. I'm going to go be a mom in 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh, yes. And unsnap my bra. 1. Good night, everybody.